You know what? Not as long as Bob Arum sounds the way that he sounds. Listen to the closing remarks of his quotes. If somebody calls us, I'm sorry, Manny Pacquiao is not Floyd Mayweather Jr. He's not undefeated. He's not the undisputed pound-for-pound best champion in the world. Manny Pacquiao got put to sleep by Juan Manuel Marquez. Okay, last time we saw him, he had just woke up to beat Rios. All right, so the reality of the situation is that he's no longer the gate attraction that Floyd Mayweather Jr. is, okay? He hasn't had a knockout since 2009 when he stopped Miguel Cotto, all right? So let's put that in this proper context. Now, what I'm about to say, you look at a Bob Arum who's 82 years of age. I want to be very, very clear about where I stand with Bob Arum. I think Bob Arum is a hell of a promoter. He's a brilliant businessman. And when I say stuff about him moving out the way, it's not to knock or denigrate him in any way. I have profound respect for what this man has accomplished. I'm just one who is diametrically opposed to promoters dominating a sport to the point where they dictate when we see fights. Boxing has had this problem for decades. It's why I went from the wild world of sports to HBO and Showtime to ultimately pay-per-view, where we don't get to see fights until years after we really, really wanted to see them. Because the promoters historically have been in the way, whether it's Golden Boy, whether it's Don King, whether it's Bob Arum, or whatever the case may be. And I look at a guy like Bob Arum, who is brilliant, who is still going strong, who is continuing to popularize the sport internationally and globally, although not necessarily here. And I say, you know as well as I do, you're in the way, because whether he's right about him and Floyd Mayweather not hating one another or whatever the case may be, Floyd is in a position where Floyd is able to dictate terms. And Floyd is not going to capitulate to Bob Arum, who controls Manny Pacquiao and various other fighters. Bob Arum knows this, and Bob Arum knows that if Bob Arum moved out the way and left Manny Pacquiao to his own devices, then this fight would get made, and ultimately they would be fighting one another. Bob Arum is the biggest impediment to a Manny Pacquiao-Floyd Mayweather Jr. confrontation, because Bob Arum, being the brilliant businessman that he is in a position to fight Mayweather Productions tooth and nail, which would ultimately lead to Mayweather not getting the terms that he would otherwise want. And Bob Arum is just too experienced to let that happen. And that's what's in the way.
So are they going to fight?
I don't believe so, as long as Bob Arum's in the way.
In the way. I don't believe they're going to fight for a whole nother reason.
We know this.
Manny Pacquiao sat right here on our show before he lost interest in boxing and got careless and got knocked out for about 30 seconds one night. And he said to you, Stephen A. Smith, I'll fight him. I'll give him 55% of the purse, and I will get drug tested on fight day. Needle test me for PEDs and any of the above on fight day. And he dared Floyd to take the fight. And Floyd should have taken the fight, but I believe he was still afraid of Manny Pacquiao. Floyd's game plan to me is to wait it out. And I remind you, Floyd is 3 months away from age 37. Manny is 13 days away from age 35. So I believe Floyd wants to wait this out another year or two, until Manny is so old that he is so immersed in Filipino politics, in the entertainment industry, and as a spiritual leader in that country, that he just has no more interest in fighting and is a shell of his boxing self. That's what I believe Floyd wants, because I just still believe in their primes that Floyd was afraid of him. And they are no longer either one in what we could call their primes as they advance into their later 30s.
In the sport of boxing, that doesn't apply. It only applies if your activity is heavy and you get beat down and your brain gets pummeled. But if you're preoccupied with politics and all of these ancillary outside things that keeps you out of the ring, then the only thing that gets you up and ready is motivation. And there is nothing on this planet that would motivate Manny Pacquiao more than getting Floyd Mayweather Jr. in the ring. So that doesn't apply. Number two, Floyd is older than Manny Pacquiao. So I don't want to hear about waiting until he gets old. He ain't younger than Floyd Mayweather Jr. Floyd Mayweather is older than him. He's just brilliant and more skilled and knows how to avoid punches better than Manny Pacquiao. Point number three, I'm going to repeat this again. I've told you this before. 45% of a purse still equates to about an additional to $25 to $30 million.
He deserved it.
To $30 or $40 million out of Floyd Mayweather Jr.'s pocket.
Oh, come on.
And he's not doing
he doesn't
it.
Have enough.
No, it's not about that. He's not doing it. Not because Bob Arum says it. If you are a fighter, again, I want to see the fight. I've been on national TV in recent weeks begging Floyd Mayweather to finally put an end to all of this nonsense. Get rid of Manny Pacquiao. Take him, put him to sleep. You can do it, but the point that I'm trying to make to you is that if you have a guy like Bob Arum who was over you for the first part of your career, had dominion over you to the point where he manipulated to some degree what your purse was, and now you have control, that is something you're going to be highly reluctant to give back. And that's what it is. It's business. And I don't knock Floyd for that, especially when he doesn't need Manny Pacquiao now, because Manny Pacquiao knows we've seen that he could be put to sleep.
Yeah. You know when Floyd really got scared? It's when he saw what Manny did to Brandon Rio. I got to wait.
Really?
I got to push this thing back. I got to find Amir Khan now.
That stationary target?
Yeah.
That stationary target?
Sliced
Please.
and diced.
Please.